Hello guys, this is Language-Enthusiast speaking. Let's see, today is Monday, October 9th, the year 2023. The time now is 12:07 p.m. Okay, just after noon, or maybe noon, you can say. And today is a national holiday in Japan. Which is October, we used to have October 10th as our national holiday, but now somehow, I don't know, I'm not sure about this, but we have Monday off after Sunday as national holiday. The original national holiday is October 10th, which is tomorrow, but since we have Sunday yesterday, and the government decided to put Sunday and the national holiday consecutively, like back to back. So even though we have the national holiday on October 10th, which is tomorrow, but we have two consecutive holidays, Sunday and Monday. So there's no school, there's no public place open today because of that. Okay, but for me, every day is a holiday. Every day is Sunday. Every day is summer vacation. Every day is winter vacation. The reason why, because I'm retired already. I have no job now. Actually, my business was, I went out of business just last month. I had been on this t-shirt business here in Japan. My store was only online, and I was doing that business more than 10 years, but I decided to give it up last month because I have enough savings now for the time being, and since I had my colon cancer next year, I really hope that I won't have any other cancer operation next year, no matter what. Okay, last year, okay, and ever since then, I really want to. This experience made me want to spend my whole time doing something I really love, I feel passionate about, which is English for the time being, and the next, Spanish. But I only spend my whole time improving my Spanish just now. So if I'm satisfied with my English, I don't know if this comes, actually, in the future, because no matter how much you do, what you love, you will never be satisfied. In terms of your level, right? And now, even if I wish I could be this level, but when I'm at this level, eventually, and then I will be at this level eventually, and then I will have, this tense is so confusing, and I never used it in my conversation, but I will have felt like, oh, this is not enough. I really want to improve more. So I don't think this time, when I'm fully satisfied with my level, will never come. But anyway, for the time being, I really want to improve my English. Okay, and actually, when it comes to yesterday's recording, I did my practice speaking practice for as long as 1 hour also, and I recorded it on my iPhone voice memo, but somehow I couldn't upload it, download it. Okay, I couldn't download it from the iCloud, meaning that I can't make the video so that I can upload it, the recording, to YouTube. And I've been trying it, but somehow I haven't been successful yet. And before I did it, I already started my speaking practice like this for today's practice, I mean. And what I was talking about yesterday was, every time I finished speaking practice, my speaking practice, every time I finished speaking practice, the next day I'm going to review what I talked about the previous day. And until I can talk about it fully or fluently, okay, because this is my practice. This is where I practice, okay? And the main objective is make myself fully, make myself speak English fluently, or make myself able to. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to cough, so I stopped recording. Anyway, so main objective for this practice is to make myself get used to speaking itself in the first place. So I think it would be very effective for me to review what I talked about many times later until I can talk it fluently, okay? And what I was talking about yesterday was basically, I was talking about, I used to take advantage of this big supermarket, wholesale market, okay? It is open to anyone nowadays, and it's getting more and more popular because TV shows and magazines introduce them, and more people are interested in going there, because originally that kind of wholesale markets were just open to those professional people like restaurant owners, bar owners, professional chefs, or someone who deals with huge volume, huge amount of food, right? So basically they sell food in huge volume, in bulk. But it began to catch people's attention because it's just fun. It's like an amusement park. They sell foods which look unusual for usual, ordinary supermarket. I mean, not wholesale, but I forgot the word. The opposite meaning of wholesale is retail. Okay, retail stores, right? Because in retail stores, they only deal food or products, not in bulk, but in smaller packages, right? But at wholesale markets, they sell very big, large large package items, right? So just looking at them at those wholesale markets is fun, and it's like an amusement park, and so it attracts many people, and now it's getting more and more popular. And I used to love going there to shop because it's fun. I loved it. And when I buy many products, I can't buy various kinds of products because each item costs more expensive. So just buying 4 or 5 large items would cost as much as 10,000 Japanese yen, which is probably around $800 at the moment. So I can't spend much there. So I couldn't buy so many products. But when I came home with those products that I had bought, I had to repackage them into small bags so that I can store them for future use, right? But when it comes to health, it's not good. Now that I realize that it's not good for my health, because the longer you stay products or food, the longer you let them stay, the more it could deteriorate, right? It can deteriorate, right? So because of this thing called oxidization, I really hope that this word could exist, though. Now, this word came into my mind, so just I use it without looking up in the dictionary. But okay, yesterday I used this word, but without knowing if this is the right word. But it's okay for the time being, so I tried to use this one. Okay, because of this word, this thing, oxidation, things could go wrong. Could go wrong worse and worse day by day, the longer you let it stay, right? So it's much better for you to buy something in small portion from time to time, because every time you buy it, it's fresh, right? It's much better, even though the price of each bag would cost more because it's not in bulk. So naturally, the price would be higher for the small packages, but it's for ordinary people, not a professional chef or a restaurant owners who have to deal with food for so many people at the same time, right? They could consume more faster, but for ordinary people, it's very difficult, right? Even though an ordinary product, which is in a small package, cannot be consumed in a week, in a month, or even a year, and some people even throws some away. Okay, I should say that some people can't help throwing away the leftovers because they cannot use them up in a certain amount of time, right? And by the time they notice the product that they bought like a month ago, 3 months ago, is already bad, and they have to throw it away anyway because it's no longer edible, or it's bad. It's still edible, but it's not good for your health, or it doesn't taste as good as it was when you just bought it, or it looks worse, or the quality is worse, right? So they have to throw it away. So when it comes to products in bulk, this happens even more, and we only have 2 people in our family at the moment, and we used to have 3 because my father passed away 3 years ago. And even in those days, I couldn't use all the things up in certain amount of time, like in a 6 months, a year, until the designated date. The food, each food has its own designated date. I can explain it in English, but this date shows that you have to eat by that date, right? It's not bad for your health. It's not, the date shows that you have to consume by that date. But it is about it's about when you aren't open the package. If you already open the package, things are different. This date doesn't mean anything once you open the package. So you have to be very careful about until when you have to consume the package. You have to consume the food in the package. And once you open the package, you have to store the rest of the food either in the refrigerator or fridge, or and some items, dry items, for example, can be stored under the room temperature because they won't go bad under the room temperature. But even so, the quality of the food is deteriorating, right? So freshness is the key. And when it comes to freshness, buying something at a wholesale market is not a good idea for people whose family only has 2 or 3 people, right? Because they cannot consume that huge amount of food in a certain amount of time. And you have to repackage it into small packages, small bags to store. It would cost more, right? So long story short, if you're from a small family, it's not a good idea to use such a wholesale market. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about, but I actually talked about this in yesterday's recording, and I was also talked about something that I just bought recently, which is giant corn, which is the particular type of corn that only harvested in Peru. In this particular region in Peru, people can't harvest this type of corn everywhere in Peru. No, this is not right. Even in Peru, only the particular region of people can harvest this type of corn, which is much bigger than the usual corn used for popcorns. And it is dried, and it is white. And to make it a snack, you have to deep fry it and season with salt or other seasonings. And I can just buy them at supermarkets or online, either way. But there's something that I have to pay attention to, which is whether or not they use MSG. This is very important. MSG is a chemical, and they say that how to make MSG. I'm not sure about this, but they say that it's organic because they use the same thing as something that is extracted from some organic products, vegetables like corn or mushrooms, dried mushrooms or kelp or seaweed or something like that. So I cannot say that this is totally chemical, artificial. It could be organic, but I'm not sure about this. But I've been trying not to use MSG for my cooking, and even some restaurants in other countries, like foreign countries like Australia, they show that some restaurants show that they don't use MSG because this is very important information for customers, meaning that they pay attention to MSG, right? Some people don't like dishes using MSG because it could be not good for your health. So that's why I think it's the safest not to use MSG anyway. So I try not to use this one. Instead, I use the organic fermented seasoning. And if you use it in your cooking, you can make your dishes much more tasty to somehow. To add more deeper tastes, more complicated tastes, and it's safe to eat. So I love this seasoning, which I always make myself. I can make this fermented seasoning by I use malt, okay, and plus dried malt, and it's made of rice, okay, and I add some salt so that it won't go bad, and I add some water and mix them well, and just leave it for about as long as 10 days or so, but you have to stir it at least once a day so that it won't go bad, but it's fermented so it doesn't smell bad. If it smells very good, it means that it's okay. It's fermented process is going on successfully. So I always use this instead of MSG for my health. But I bought just recently a big bag of this giant corn on the net because that was the only thing that I was able to find on the net which didn't use MSG. It only used oil for frying it and salt. This is what the package said. So this is the only thing I have to trust. And whether or not it is truthful or not, as when it comes to whether it is trustworthy or not, only the manufacturer knows, right? Knows the truth. But even if I ask them, they wouldn't say the truth probably, so I didn't ask them yet. But I have to consume it little by little. Not every day. I try to eat it every other day at least, because keeping eating the same thing every day over and over again might not be good for your health. This is what I heard. So I have to be very careful about this too, so that I won't get another cancer very soon. Okay. So, but I bought this huge bag, so I had to repackage it to smaller bags, and I had to make it airtight. So with this machine, using this machine, you can just vacuum the air from the package, and you can just conceal it, and the package doesn't have any air in it. And I made these bags, four of these bags, and every time I eat it, I open the new package. But each bag has like giant cones for 7 days or so. Each bag has the amount of corn for 7 days or so. I'm not sure if this sentence is correct or not, but so once I open each package, it could last as long as 7 days. And I'm not really sure if this is good in terms of oxidation though. Okay, but this is the only thing that I could do about something that I had to buy in bulk. And the another thing that I was talking about in yesterday's audio was that I was talking about this English coach I happened to find through this Q&A site where Japanese people come to ask how to translate their Japanese sentences into English, and English teachers come to answer their questions in English or in Japanese, but they teach Japanese questioners, Japanese people who gave them questions in Japanese, and they answer in Japanese, and they taught them the right way of saying in English, okay? And I happened to find this teacher because the teacher had the link under his name. Some teachers have links, some teachers don't. And if they have any other platforms that they have for their work, some of them have that link. And that teacher I happened to find had the link, so it got my attention, and I just clicked it, I tapped it, and it led me to his website. And I was curious about his work, and he's an English teacher, he's Japanese, and on the website he was talking a lot about his method, and he also has some programs that students could apply for. But for people who are not interested in applying for his programs, like one of them is his coaching program, and even those people who are not interested in his programs can learn from his website. And I found it very useful for my practice, for my improving English. And I actually learned so much from his website. But no matter where I tried to look for, I couldn't find any place where I was able to listen to his English. Nowadays, most people have their own YouTube channels and their own YouTube videos in which people can see how those people speak English, right? But there's no such thing as YouTube videos or something like that, which was quite disappointing to me because you can see the video in which the person you are interested in speaks English, and then it tells you so many things. It gives you so much information, right? At once, right? So it was quite disappointing for me to not be able to find any videos in which he was speaking in English. But anyway, I was able to learn a lot from his website, how to improve your English, and actually I decided to utilize something that I learned from his website to my own learning method. And once I really wanted to apply for his free trial lesson, I almost applied for it, but I decided not to because I thought that I should be responsible for language learning, and this time around, I decided to do it all by myself. I used to refer to many English teachers and coaches, either in real life or online. But this time around, this journey, which started about 3 or 4 months ago, I decided to do it all by myself because I'm curious to know how I can improve my speaking skills from this level to the next level, doing all by myself in the first place, okay? And as for his English, I ended up being able to find many audio files that he offered on his website, and I was able to listen to his English, and I was able to understand his English pronunciation. But since he was just reading something in English, it was not such an impromptu speech. It was not something that he was doing he was not playing it by ear. So in a real sense, I still don't know how he speaks in English though. But something that I learned from listening to his English was that although he is an English coach, his pronunciation has a little problem. Like he puts R sound here and there, even in places that doesn't have any R sound. does which shouldn't have any R sound. So I found it a bit weird, and I wondered if he didn't notice it himself. So although this phenomenon is quite familiar with Japanese people when it comes to English teachers and English coaches. I don't think it's very good. And if I thought that if I started taking his coaching, probably I would feel a bit anxious about this every time I listen to his English, because since I'm a student and he's a teacher, I can't point it out myself, right? And especially he's a man, especially a Japanese men are not good at being judged, being criticized, being pointed out. This is a general idea, but men are very sensitive. So women should be very careful about what to say to them. This is a very general idea, and I'm sorry for my prejudice a bit, but I think this is true. And if this is true, I don't think I should take his coaching lesson, because every time I listen to his English, this bothers me. This would bother me, right? So that's why this is the biggest reason for me not to decide not to take his coaching program. Yes, anyway, I really want to do it myself this time around, because this is my part of my English journey and language learning journey. And no matter how struggle I can be, this is part of my journey. So I think I really want to enjoy it. I really want to enjoy every minute. So this is basically what I talked about yesterday. And yes, I think that's about it for today, because I've been talking already for 38 minutes now, and I have to take my dogs for a walk from now before lunch. So, okay, thank you for listening, and I'll be back tomorrow too, as usual, and I really hope that you have a great, wonderful, lovely new week. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.